Hey, good morning, everybody. You know, I don't know if tonight or not, but I'm not really certain yet. But from what I've heard, NXT, the NXT, WWE's NXT, is going to be filming, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you've heard of this, filming real soon from, I think, a failed sale of Sale University or something like that. I can't think of the first name of it. But basically, they're going to be taping the shows from now on from the university's arena or gym or something like that. And basically, this is also going to be sort of a combination. It's going to be NXT slash FCW TV tapings. Um, Now, you might recall a couple of weeks ago on NXT on YouTube and WWE.com, William Regal said there were going to be some new superstars showing up and a lot of things were going to change. Well, apparently, a lot of that is true. A lot of things are changing with NXT, and I think I could be the first to properly say it's about damn time. I mean, how long have we been going with NXT season whatever this is, and all it's become is nothing more than another brand for WWE. I mean, let's be honest. If WWE was to hold their draft right now, it wouldn't be two brands; it'd be three. You'd have Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And can you imagine someone like, let's say, oh, I don't know, Cody Rhodes being drafted to NXT? Can you imagine that? I can't. You see, I can't imagine that, nor will I imagine that. But that's basically what NXT became. They became basically another brand. And if you want to go a little old school, they basically also became the wrestling challenge of this generation. And I think WWE is realizing that they have had enough time to basically um, establish a new breakout star, and they have not done that. All we've seen from Redemption when it began was its potential to be good, and it just went downhill. Instead of focusing on what they've been doing, focusing on the rookies and going from there, it's just been basically a show where you've had former rookies showing back up. It's basically been a show where you've even had current superstars who have never been on NXT and mainly been, since some of them mainly being like pros, showing up on there as regular members of the NXT roster. To me, it just didn't make sense. Basically, like I said, WWE had turned NXT into another fucking brand. But thankfully, now WWE is piecing the puzzle back together the way it should be. And I think this first step that they're taking with NXT being filmed at this university, this Sale University um, in Florida, is the right step. It's the right step because when you think about it, matter of fact, let me see if I can figure that out. Hold on for a second. Hopefully I don't stop here or anything. Okay, I don't, but let me see if I can find it, show you what I'm talking about. If it'll even come up. But what I'm talking about, folks, is it's about damn time WWE did this. I mean, when you think about it, how long has it been since NXT was truly NXT? It hasn't been. This way, you could finally spotlight the superstars, the FCW guys that have been told, "Hey, we're going to bring you on to NXT real soon." Finally, they can actually do that. They can actually fucking do that now. And and to me, that's exactly what they needed to do in the first place. They needed to do that. You know, I mean, I don't know why they got away from it. To be honest with you, I don't know why they got away from it. It just doesn't make sense. You know, to me, it doesn't really make any sense why you would even get away from it if it proved to be a success the first time around. Hold on for a second. Again, again, folks, I don't understand why, if you're a WWE, why you would, go away from that. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, why would you defer from that? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, look what NXT did when they first began. They launched careers of various superstars. Wade Barrett, Daniel Bryan, you know. I mean, the list can go on. I mean, look what Season 2 did. It launched some careers. I mean, Alex Riley, all right, launched his career. You get what I'm saying, right? And it launched his career. It kind of launched Caval's, and then that went downhill. I mean, but it did pretty good. Let's face facts. It did pretty good the first 2 seasons, and it had potential for its Diva season. It had potential for the seasons afterwards. But did it succeed? No. No, it didn't. It did not succeed. I mean, I mean, I don't know where WWE failed. I don't know where they dropped the ball. Honestly, I mean, I don't know where they dropped the ball here. I don't know who they placed in charge of NXT. But the thing is, they'll finally, hopefully, whoever they put in charge this time is getting a fucking act together. Because, like I said, and I know I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, and I apologize. But basically, from what I've seen, they basically turned NXT into another fucking brand. I mean, look what they did. The leader, if you want to look at it from a leaderboard status, the leading rookie or redemption rookie, Titus O'Neil, was in the lead. And if they would have stayed with the regular format, it would have been done by now. We wouldn't have these backstage segments of storylines and everything. I mean, I just... Okay, here are your winners of the first 4 seasons. Wade Barrett, career was launched, still a big player. Caval, career was sort of launched, then went downhill, left WWE after Survivor Series. Caitlyn, she's kind of around still, but hasn't really cashed in her Diva shot. What happened to that? Johnny Curtis, he won NXT, but where's his cashing in of a title shot? And what happened to that? That was one of the things that made NXT intriguing. The rookies, whoever run, got to choose whatever title they wanted to go after. And what has Johnny Curtis done? He hasn't even gone after the NXT. I mean, he hasn't gotten after any title. I mean, yeah, the season he was on, the winning rookie and pro were going to get a tag team title shot. But his pro left. Okay, here it is. Beginning May 17th, which will be in 2 days. 2 days. NXT will be moving its tapings to Full Sail University's facility in Winter Park, Florida. Will be known as a WWE Superstar Showdown. Now that's not basically what that is. The Superstar Showdown is basically to get You know, basically to help it revamp itself, reintroduce itself to the world. You know what I'm saying? It's to like I said, reintroduce itself to the world. So that's basically what it was. And I'm looking here, as you could probably see on here. I'm trying to make sure I don't. Okay, Johnny Curtis, the one that won the last official straight season of NXT, his pro was R-Truth. But because R-Truth went heel after it didn't come to be. Okay. And what they have said is this one, this redemption one, is the longest so far. So, yeah, it's basically the news is NXT is going to be moving to Full Sail University with its tapings. Now, like I say, the way they're revamping it and reintroducing it is to have a superstar showdown on its first broadcast, if you will, which will be on WWE.com apparently. But let me check my time here. I mean, I know I got unlimited, but the thing is, folks, WWE wouldn't have had to do this if they would have stayed straight to its original formula. And again, what happened to allowing the winners to cash in title shots? What happened to, hey, Caitlyn should be cashing in her Divas title shot? What happened to that? What happened to Johnny Curtis, cashing in for a tag title shot? It doesn't even matter if it's with R-Truth or not. What happened to that? I'll tell you what happened. WWE lost its focus and again turned NXT into another brand. Okay, this is from the PWI torch, right here. This is from PWI torch. If I can get it up. Alright, this is an article 3 days ago. Here's what it says. WWE News, report on big changes to NXT/FCW, Triple H appearing at first Superstar Showdown TV taping, and more. Alright, here's what they said. This is 3 days ago. One of the more recent ones. If anybody out there has got more information, go ahead and let us know. But this is what they said. This is by James Caldwell, the PW Torch assistant editor. As hinted at for the past few weeks on WWE NXT, the FCW developmental roster will be incorporated into the weekly NXT show. And of course, my thing crashed on me. That's what you get sometimes with these things. They don't always stay all the way. With these iPods, they don't always stay with you when they should. But basically, what I understand is the FCW guys, the ones we've probably been hoping for, will actually be finally showing up here on the new NXT. Now, of course, people are probably wondering, well, what does that mean? Well, that means basically you're going to have your Florida Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, showing up. You're going to have your 15 champions showing up. You're going to have a lot more. You're going to basically have those in FCW that are succeeding showing up very, very soon. Okay, here we go. This is 3 days ago. Yeah, same one. Alright, as hinted at for the past few weeks on WWE NXT, the FCW developmental roster will be incorporated into the weekly NXT show, but in a different way than during past seasons. WWE will begin filming NXT episodes at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, reports PWInsider.com, and the talent roster will be made up of developmental wrestlers. Tapings are scheduled to be bi-weekly at the Full Sail live venue. The first taping is scheduled for this Thursday, and Full Sail announced Friday a Superstar Showdown theme. According to a poster released on Twitter, the taping will include an appearance by Triple H, a world title match between Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio, a tag title match between Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, Primo, and Epico, and so on. The wheels were in motion for the NXT change when Titus O'Neil and Darren Young were shifted to the SmackDown roster last month, leaving Derek Bateman as the only remaining rookie on NXT. WWE will now be able to incorporate developmental stars into the show without having to fly them to TV every week, but instead remain close to the FCW training facility in Tampa. It is not clear yet if NXT will continue releasing, or it is not clear yet if WWE will continue releasing NXT episodes online. Locally in Florida, it is not known if WWE has obtained a new TV deal for the show, according to Wrestling Observer. Related to the weekly SmackDown TV tapings on Tuesday night, the taping is expected to flow like a Raw taping, Dark Match, Superstars taping, and SmackDown. Moving NXT away from the SmackDown tapings will allow the developmental wrestlers to perform in a more intimate setting in front of a crowd mainly consisting of college students would be expected to actually react to the wrestlers. Also, WWE management will be able to focus more on the tapings when not scrambling to put the finishing touches on SmackDown. Developmental territory Florida Championship Wrestling has not acknowledged the change. The only indirect acknowledgement is a note on the events page that lists no FCW Arena live event on Thursday, May 17th, the first day of the Full Sail tapings. What we do also understand as well, from what the last I understand, actually, the last I understand is the last thing I understand as well is they're going to be doing a scholarship, and they're going to let, I guess, some students kind of help out in some way. How that's going to be, I don't really know. I'm trying to see if there's any more. Okay, well, one said that they're graduating to their own tapings. NXT is, so that's pretty good. Okay, here's one report. It's from Cage Side Seats, and this is back on the 11th. WWE NXT to tape fortnightly in Florida and use FCW talent. Okay, here's what the Cage Side Seats say. Ever since Triple H put the kibosh on the rumor that WWE was going to close down its developmental territory, Florida Championship Wrestling, FCW, we've been anxiously anticipating his promised major announcement about revamping the feeder system. A couple of ideas that have made the rounds was firstly to move SCW's TV tapings to the state-of-the-art facility and Full Sail University, and secondly to turn NXT into a show that prominently used talent from FCW, according to Mike Johnson of PWI Insider. WWE's decided to go ahead with these plans effective immediately. Now this is what they say. It's in a quote. I don't think you can see that well, but it's right there in the gray. It states, WWE NXT will be graduating to its own tapings combined with WWE Developmental Florida Championship Wrestling starting on Thursday, May 17th at 7 p.m. The tapings will be held at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, near Orlando, at the Full Sail Live Gym. I was told one of the reasons the tapings, which will be branded as a WWE Superstar Showdown, are being moved are to make it easier to integrate WWE developmental talent into the mix of NXT. The hope is that the university field will give the show a chance for better crowd reactions, as well as help upgrade FCW TV to a grander look than the FCW arena in Tampa can provide. The plan is to upgrade NXT and give it more attention as opposed to it being a secondary show on the SmackDown tapings. Okay, now here's another one. Just a couple weeks ago, Vince McMahon told his stockholders that he hoped to put NXT back on a cable station in the U.S. shortly. So this expense overhaul of NXT may be a sign that a deal has been struck with somebody. If that isn't the case, then one must assume that the show is still penciled in for the WWE Network, and that they want any kinks in the new format to be sorted out before the channel's debut. To guarantee a packed house and a hard crowd for the first of many tapings at the university, WWE are sending out the big guns for dark matches. Triple H, who will likely be running things behind the scenes, will make a live appearance, while Sheamus will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Alberto Del Rio, and new tag team champions Kofi and R-Truth will defend against former holders Primo and Epico. So So it could start. So it should start off with a bang, despite the very short notice. Okay, one fan says they could get behind this, and they want to know when the dates are, when the tapings of the dates. Well, here's basically the schedule right now so far. May 17th, June 14th, July 5th, July 19th, August 9th, August 23rd, September 6th, and September 20th. One said, now this is another one called the Brooklyn Dodgers Mets fan. Having NXT as a make or break it point for FCW talent looking to move on up is what it should be. In other words, it's what it should have stayed as. So basically, overall, this is what a lot of fans were hoping NXT should have stayed as a long time ago. The only question is it still going to be online? Well, apparently, if they're going to keep it there, then yeah. So, in other words, and I know I'm sounding like I'm rambling here and repeating, and I apologize for that. Let me get a drink of coffee here. But anyways, what it is this is exactly this whole thing, whether it's going to be on WWE.com or not, which it should be, is exactly what NXT should have stayed as. And with them moving NXT away from the tapings of SmackDown into the Full Sail University and the live venue, Jim, it's going to work out for them and NXT and the FCW. Because it's going to allow, guys like, let's say, Seth Rollins, Eli Cottonwood maybe, if he wants to get another shot at that. Big E Langston, it's going to give them a shot to move on up and be somebody, finally get that opportunity. Now, will they still go with the same formula they did before? I don't know. Where basically the winner or the more improved developmental talent is the winner and they get a title shot at whatever champion they want? I don't know. Maybe they may, maybe they won't. I don't know. But this is what they needed to do in the first place. I mean, even if they didn't move it and they kept it within the tapings, fine. But guess what? You should have stayed in this format. But when you look at it maybe from a financial standpoint and a more economical standpoint, it does kind of work out. It does kind of work out because it presents, as they said, FCW and NXT on a more grander scale. It's not just, they're not rushed for time or anything. They're like, okay, we're doing NXT right now, then we'll do FCW, whatever. They're not rushed for time, and that's what they like about it. And I have to agree. I think it's good. Now, again, the reason they're doing this, as I mentioned, is on the other side of things, the reason they're doing this is it doesn't, rush the crew, I guess the ring crew, to go from NXT to Superstars or Superstars to NXT to SmackDown. It basically flows the way it should be. And again, though, whether they wanted to move it or not, they should have stayed with the formula they had, and that's what's going on now. They're kind of going back to that formula by incorporating the developmental stars down the road. This is going to help them. I mean, look at Damien Sandow. He could have been on NXT and really developed himself into something more. And that's what they're missing out on. And it gives guys like, say, Seth Rollins, Cassius Ohno, like I said, Big E Langston. It gives these guys the opportunity. It gives Ricky Steamboat an opportunity. I mean, his okay, and and it doesn't overshadow them and it doesn't get them overshadowed by people waiting in an arena and chanting, "We want SmackDown," and it doesn't cause them to be overshadowed by that. What it causes them to do is have their own opportunity, have their own spotlight, and I am glad they're going with it. And here's what I think is going to happen. Here's honestly what I think is going to happen. The stars that I think they're going to come out of this are Langston, Rollins, Steamboat. Those are the top three I think are going to get the most exposure and are going to get the most opportunities. And if you want to look at the top five, again, Rollins, Langston, Steamboat, Victor, Ono. Those are your five. If you want to look at diva-wise, Raquel, Vicky's daughter is one. Amy, I can't even think of her name right now. And I apologize if this video is running long. April Hunter, I think. I can't think of her name right now. But like I said, this gives someone like, say, Vicky's daughter, Raquel, a shot. Audrey Marie, this gives her a shot. This, like I said, gives Raquel a shot. This gives Paige a shot. Summer Rae. Colleen Turner. Sophia Cortez. It gives these ladies a shot too. Out of these, I see Raquel, Audrey, and Paige maybe being the divas that would join Cameron and Naomi and all the other divas in WWE because of this exposure. And again, Rollins, Ono, Steamboat, Victor, and who else did I say? Like I said, Steamboat, Ono, Rollins, Langston. Yeah. Those are the ones I believe have the opportunity. Even Bo Rotundo has an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Even Bo has an opportunity. Leo Cougar has an opportunity. And Xavier Woods has an opportunity too. But like I said, the top five that I see talent-wise that are going to be able to use NXT to evaluate themselves, or not evaluate, but to elevate themselves to that level are Rollins, Steamboat, Ono, Langston, let's see, Ono, Steamboat, Rollins, Seth Rollins, whatever. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Rollins, Ono, Steamboat, Langston. God, I forgot again. Oh, my brain's gone cuckoo. like I said, Langston, Ono, Steamboat, Rollins, Rick Victor. There's the other one. These are guys, the top 5 that I feel are going to make it. And like I said, when it comes to the ladies, Audrey Marie, Paige, Raquel, Summer Rae, and Colleen Lee are going to be the ones that make it out of the Divas. Make it, into the Divas thing because of this. That's who I believe. That's who I feel is going to benefit out of this for them. That's who I feel is going to benefit. Again, Rollins, Steamboat, Langston, Ono. Good. I hate when I forget his name. Victor. Rick Victor. And on the ladies' side, Audrey Marie, Paige, Colleen Lee, Raquel, Raquel, and Summer Rae, I believe, I think, or Sophia actually, Sophia. Colleen is going to make it. Raquel, Paige, Sophia, and Audrey Marie will be the Divas that make it. So, and again, I know I'm repeating myself, and I apologize for this video almost being 40 minutes, but ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what WWE needs to do. This is what they needed to do in the first place. They needed to keep it like they did, or at least do something like this. They did not need to turn NXT into a brand. And that's what they did. I mean, again, if they would have had to, again, like I mentioned at the beginning, if they would have had a draft, NXT would have been a brand, they'd say Cody Rhodes would have been drafted to. But I know I sounded like I rambled on here for the past 30 plus minutes, 35 plus minutes, and I apologize for that. But my point is, NXT should have remained the way it was, or they should have gone with this right at the beginning, right after season 4. They should have went right into this right after season 4. I mean, doing it now is great, but they should have done it way before this. That way, people wouldn't be confused. It wouldn't make NXT look like another brand. It makes NXT its own entity. And now it finally gives those that I mentioned in top 5 wise, Diva and Superstar wise, the opportunity to elevate themselves to that next level. So, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Video response if you like. Again, I'm sorry I rambled on here. I'm sorry this video went as long as it did. But I just had to get this off my chest. I had to go get this. And for some reason, even, the web, I don't know what was going on with the web here. I tried to go to another page, but it was going slow. I don't know. But maybe it's Google Chrome. I don't know. But anyway, I thought I'd just get that off my chest. Tell me what you guys think. Again, video response, comment if you like. And I'll talk to you all later. You all have a good day.